And NCPC is the only institution that represents this nation outside of the shores of Nigeria. And we do that by working with strategic institutions and organizations, beginning with state governments. Of course, federal government is there, but beginning with state governments, where the state Christian Pilgrims boards are domesticated. We work with private tour operators, groups that help organize pilgrimage. Some of them are in churches, some are in society. And we also work with people we call ground handlers, who manage pilgrims when they are in the Holy Land on pilgrimage. We try to do this duty conscientiously, knowing that many things are at stake. The testimony of Jesus Christ is at stake. The integrity of this nation is also at stake. And the health and well-being of all Nigerians is also at stake. For a commission that moves thousands of people outside this country every year, the responsibility of ensuring all these things is a major one. We have no choice. We plan and we organize ourselves to work with churches and to work with individual groups and with leaders in particular. We have set out to function along the lines of many of the things that have been set up here before I came. But we've also set out to improve and to enlarge the scope and intensify the depth of the issues that we need to handle as a commission. And of course, one of the great thrusts that we have is to improve on the spiritual quality of pilgrimage in Nigeria. And our desire is that Jesus Christ should be preached, should be known. We would rather that people see Jesus Christ and then see the sights. And so we are working with pastors and spiritual leaders to ensure that this comes to pass. We also want to ensure that people that go outside this country for pilgrimage represent Nigeria properly. We are working out to eliminate completely the issues of abscondment, irreverent behavior, of undue marketings, and of poor attitudes in different places. We believe Nigerians are capable of upright representation of this nation anywhere in the world. But we're working to ensure this takes place. Your Excellency, we appreciate you, along with the governors that have also supported the cause of pilgrimage and supported the NCPC in particular. You are one of those that have supported NCPC, and from all our records, Benue State is not owing NCPC even 1 naira. And we appreciate that. I believe that we have come to a stage where we must call upon Christians and church leaders to specifically pray for governors, especially governors that are working hard to improve the lot of their people. Governors like Dr. Ortom, who has worked conscientiously in the past 1 year to change the fortunes of Benue State and to lift Benue out of the doldrums of where we are. I told this nation that a couple of weeks ago, Dr. Ortom organized a program to dedicate Benue State to the Lord Jesus Christ. And this came after 40 days of fasting and prayer. And we were all involved with it. And I'm sure you all saw in the newspapers that he surrendered himself to God and lay on the floor before God in the sight of everybody, in the sight of the world, to humble himself before God and announce that let the help of God come upon the land. Men like this need the support of the church, and the first major support we need to give is in prayer. And there is a labor to a great work to change fortunes, and that work comes at a price of sleepless nights, a price of sourcing for resources, a price of mobilizing people to see the vision of the leadership, and a price of dealing also with fifth columnists whose duty is to create distractions for the governance. I want Nigerian church leaders to set up a program, whether it's weekly or monthly, to specifically pray for governors, because they bear the burden of our lives. And the true index of development in a nation is really what goes on in the states. And we believe if the states are strong, Nigerians will be strong. And we want to ask that everywhere, let's support the governors with prayer, and then support also with suggestions, and support them with fellowship. But it's important that we give the governors attention in prayer and in the presence of God and in the public discourse, and commend them for what they are doing right, not generate lies for what doesn't exist. I would also like to request Your Excellency, when I was in Benue, I appreciated the fact that the state is going through, as well as other states, going through a lot of financial challenges. But there are still issues that we think are important. We requested you to consider sending your executive council on pilgrimage, so that apart from prayer and meditation, they'll also have time to reflect in a spiritual setting on how to join you in pursuing the many strides that you have to pursue. I would also request you, Your Excellency, that along with what I consider a critical need of the executive, for you to select at least 100 farmers or prospective farmers and send them on a pilgrimage to Israel, so that they will first of all have personal time to pray, and secondly have a time to expose themselves to some of the strategic agricultural programs that are going on in Israel that I think will benefit a land like Benue State in particular. And I believe all states that are agriculturally inclined, I will request them to send a delegation of their farmers to follow us on pilgrimage, to pray, to learn one or two additional things to what they are doing, and to come back and improve our yields and what we are doing. I say it's important for our farmers to pray, because a couple of weeks ago, tomatoes were just wiped out by a pest, which nobody could have done anything about except prayer. And I'm sure we need to pray to protect the efforts that we are making. Finally, Your Excellency, we would like to thank you for your history of supporting pilgrimage. Last year, you generously supported pilgrims to Jerusalem, and you supported NCPC financially too. I think we should appreciate him with that. Despite the difficulties that you are going through financially, the people say that then if you give birth to twins, you still learn how to carry the two twins, no matter how inconvenient it is. So you have Benue as your twin, your first son, I must say, but you have a twin son in NCPC, and we will urge you to do something for NCPC too. I must commend the governors of the North Central states of Nigeria, that almost every year, North Central is the highest in terms of sending pilgrims to Jerusalem. I would like to urge other areas of the country to emulate that and do something that will engage their people. Your Excellency, we are privileged to have you here. We are going to, at another time, invite you, this time to be to feast you of the country. We appreciate God for what He's doing. We appreciate God for making me governor. Everyone that's heard my testimony knows that it was only God that made me governor, no other person.
I said, God, I have nothing. I went to an election and I had no money, but God saw me through. I never went cap in hand, and I did not mortgage myself, nor the state, to anyone, or to any group of people. God provided all that I needed. Concluded, and I was sworn in, and I had no burden on my head. I went to the tribunal. My movements took me there from the lower tribunal to the appeal to Supreme Court. I never saw any judge. People say I was going to be shortchanged. I said, my God, who made me governor, lead it. And you see me through. And God saw me through to the Supreme Court. So I believe that God has something that He wants to do for Benue State and Nigeria. And it's not a coincidence that I'm presiding over a state that is a Christian state. And I want to assure you that we'll continue to partner and to work with you, because the activities of this commission are very, very critical to Christian life. The opportunity to go to those holy sites and see what we read in the Bible are appreciated. I remember several years ago when I visited Jerusalem the first time, I came back as a stronger Christian because I was able to visit those sites. And I believe that many others are there who are waiting. And whatever Nigeria is passing through today, the solution I have for Nigeria and Nigerians is that we need to go back to God. Job 36, verse 11 and 12. I will justify this. Verse 12 says, if they obey not God and serve Him, they shall die by His word and perish like people without a vision. What is happening in Nigeria today? Ask your question, this question. We're dying by the invasion of Boko Haram, by the invasion of Mossad, by the invasion of Avengers, by the invasion of herdsmen. Very strange. And of course, as Christians, we know that the thief coming up with to kill, steal, and to destroy. So it's the work of the devil. So we're being destroyed. You hear about billions of naira that were stolen by one person. I keep wondering, what are you doing with that kind of money? What are you doing with that kind of money when the road to your village or the road to your state or local government is not motorable? But you pack all this money and keep to yourself. What are you doing with it? So these are people who are just dying like people without knowledge or understanding, as captured in verse 12 of Job 36. So Nigerians, one message I have for us to move forward is to get back to God, as captured in verse 11. If they will obey and serve God, they shall spend their days in prosperity and their years in pleasures. And that is the truth. So when we get back to God, God will definitely help us. So I look forward that God will help us. People will stop paying lip services about God and get deeper into service and obedience to the work of God, so that things will change and turn around for us to the glory of God and to the development of Nigeria, where God has placed us. So we will continue to be there, will continue to support, though the downturn in the economy have brought a lot of hardship and challenges that required us to scale down on certain activities. But again, the initiative of the commission before you came in, which was to allow tickets and then do balloting, I think it's a good initiative to support those who we want to attend the pilgrimage. And I think that this should be sustained. If there is need to make some adjustments and reforms, let it be done. But I think it is a creative idea that we can build on and achieve some results. I remember that when we came, the Benue State government, despite our financial challenges, we did offer to buy 23,000 tickets for the 23 local government. Now we have been sensitizing church leaders and other groups that are instructed in Christian groups to go ahead, and individuals who are blessed, who have the wherewithal or the resources to support the commission. You can buy as much as 1 million tickets if you have the capacity. Then individuals who can afford with whatever amount. So I don't know whether the policy is continuing, but I strongly recommend that we will do that. Because I'm aware that the federal government is no longer sponsoring pilgrim. And the state government too, since we cannot pay salaries, it's going to be very difficult.